Hey guys, your Cox here. After getting a nice shave. Yeah, nice shave. Not sponsored. I don't really know the brand of the shave clippers I use. But yeah, I'm going to get some Manscaped. I'm going to get some Manscaped. But anyway, so we got shaved real nice, yes. And now we're getting back into the, yes, stuff transgender people say. I got my notebook. I got to get to the page because I got some other stuff I'm working on, doing a Space Jam, where's the Space Jam 2 review. Let's continue on here. Where we go? Okay, where we go? We'll go through all these, and then we'll start up hate mail again. But we're gonna start in a way that is YouTube safe, where you don't see the hate mail. Yeah, you will not see the hate mail, but I'll see it and I'll read it off for you, and that'll be cool because then it'll be like, yeah, I'm reading it off for you. You can say no one says that. Or like, okay, I'm saying it. I've seen some people saying it. I would have liked to have the original stuff. I like the original stuff where basically you had, I could show you the people's comments themselves with no names or icons visible. But I found out from my brother that silly people who don't know how life works can try to say that's harassment. Because they're like, oh, if I don't transition, I'll kill myself. They say somebody. And I'll say, don't need to transition. Your body's doing normal stuff. You are harassing me. Arrest him. I'm like, you sure? Yeah. You sure I'm the one that's in the wrong here? It's like, yeah, because I don't like what you said. Like, about having to learn how to live with reality instead of not and how to the fact that killing yourself is bad. Yes, for any reason. Yeah, it's my choice because yeah, I want it to be like yeah, it's not a good choice. Your stuff works normal. You have to learn to live with it. So there you go. That's how it works. Continue on here. People can hate on you all they want. That's their problem, not yours. Continue on. All right, dysphoria is not bad. Dysphoria is one of the most horrible things ever because it is fear. And fear is bad news. You don't want to stay away from it. Do not give in to fear. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. That's what the Bible says. So it's not from God, and it's basically. People say I'm born with this stuff. That's what they say. I'm born with fear. Well, we are born capable of feeling fear. Born, of course. The devil likes to tempt us. Use fear as a temptation, but we also learn to resist that fear because that's a temptation from the devil to make us do stupid things, like say you were transitioning and like trying to transition. That's a bad idea. You don't need to do that. Dysphoria is bad news. Dysphoria, and basically they tout it as something. They basically are pumping it up as something worse than it is. Because I'm like going like, there are people out there saying, I'm saying, they're basically saying, no, I can't. I have to do this. I have to transition because if I don't transition, I'll die. How exactly will you die? It's like, I will do horrible things to myself if I don't lie about what biological sex I am. Or you could just not. You could not lie about what biological sex I am. You could not do horrible things to yourself. But dysphoria says I should. Yeah, dysphoria is evil. Dysphoria lies to you. That's what it is. Dysphoria is bad, and yeah, like any other fear, it's bad. And they're like, it's not the same as any other fear. It makes you feel the same things as other fears. It makes you do the same things as other fears, but that's not the same thing as other. I'm like, it is. It's the same thing. So dysphoria is bad, very bad. We gotta stay away from it. We feel it, we have to resist it, like anything else that both of us. Anyway, I am not afraid of anybody, they say, but then they turn right around and say the opposite. Let's see here. Yes, there have been several instances where girls, especially, have been some people with ovaries have been saying stuff like, "Oh no, I'm afraid of what's going to happen to me. I don't want that happening to me." Like, well, that's normal stuff that happens to people with ovaries and uteruses, and vaginas. As you're on a menstruate, it's going to happen. That's normal. That's the lining of your uterus coming out. Like it does every month. Basically. So it's supposed to be. Here's the issue. There's a lot of issues with knowledge, proper knowledge, the fear of proper knowledge, actual real life stuff. not that fantasy, transgender fantasy stuff, the real life stuff. One of the things that they like to, one of the things that happen a lot with both boys, people born with testicles, and girls, people born with ovaries, is I'll see them commenting on different videos that are talking about the actual facts, the real stuff. They're like boys are like, oh yeah, you're gonna get your penis is gonna get bigger and you're gonna get hairier and you're gonna get a deeper voice and everything, and it's like it's gonna be great, you're gonna grow up and the girls like it's like you're gonna menstruate, you're gonna get breasts and other curves and you're gonna your vulva gonna get bigger, you're gonna get hairier, all kinds of stuff, talking about all kinds of stuff like that. The real actual facts of what happens during puberty, and both boys and girls have been saying, I don't want that. Now, I'm afraid of that happening. Basically, like I don't like that. Just like, that's not fun. What's wrong with? Why can't that not happen to me? I'm like, I basically responded like, but it's normal, normal things that happen. It's during puberty. That's normal stuff. But you should do. Say they keep telling me this. Do some research. They keep telling me, do research. So I'm telling them, do research. Do research on yourself, on your body, on how it's, people born with testicles are going to go through male puberty. They're going to do that. People born always going to go through female puberty. Go there's research that. And the girl especially, at least a girl, one girl, Bridgemore Ovaries, has said to me, I can't do that because when I do, I become dysphoric. I'm like, you mean you freak out about it? That's the issue. Learn. Knowledge defeats fear. That's what it does. The proper knowledge defeats fear. Certain knowledge, like transgender bullcrap, will create fear because they're like, oh no, I'm not looking like I want to look. I'm like, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to stick with whatever skin you get. Oh well, it's normal human skin though, so that's all good. But anyway, so I'm like, no, knowledge defeats fear. This is normal stuff that happens. Puberty is normal stuff that happens naturally. People with testicles are going to go through male puberty. People are always going to go through female puberty. And that's how it works, without any injections or anything. That's how it's going to go because it's normal. But they don't like that, of course. And of course, knowledge is a huge issue. Knowledge is a huge problem, and their fear of knowledge is a huge problem because that stuff just messes them up so bad, Again, that girl in that in that story of that transgender documentary, she was saying, saying, I'm afraid what's going to happen to me when I go through puberty. She's like 19 years old. I'm like, that happened to me during puberty. I'm like, okay, I think the mom can handle this, and the mom's freaking out too. Later, I'm like, what? I guess the mom can't handle this. What? Why can't she? It's female puberty. Hello, anyone born with ovaries is going to go through that. What's going on here? Fear of knowledge. Terrible stuff. I gotta stay away from it. Fear of their own bodies. They're not afraid, but they're like, why do you have to hide them? Whoa. Jeez. Another new toy from the neighbors across the street. Interesting stuff. Another fear. Basically, they're saying, "Oh, I'm not afraid of my body," but then turn around and say, "Oh, as long as I keep this stuff hidden, as long as I keep this stuff hidden, I wear all this baggy clothes and everything like that. Just wear all this stuff and disguise myself, disguise my body so no one can see my breasts, no one can see my balls, no one can see that stuff." So, then I'll look like I want to look, and they'll treat me like I want to be treated because I trick them into doing it. That's basically what you're doing. And I'm like, it's wrong. You don't need to be fearing that. Fearing your body. It's a normal body. It's normal your body. You have to learn to accept it as yours. Accept the body as yours and not try to mess with it and lie about it. Right? So, check that off. My mind is clear now that I've come out. Actually, it's more clouded than ever. The dark side clouds everything, and now you're basically getting all clouded. Okay, the truth, lies bind you. The truth sets you free. The lies are basically your mind is male or female. So it was male or your mind is female. So you have to make your body, which is something tangible and functioning normally, damage it to make it look like what you want. It'll never be, if you're born with testicles, you'll never be female. If you're born with ovaries, you'll never be male. And that's the issue with this bullcrap. People are saying, no, I got to change, go through all this trouble to poison my body, to mutilate it. Like, mutilate is too strong a word. No, it's not. It's the perfect word for it. Mutilate my body so that I get it cut on in certain ways so it looks more male or looks more female so that I will be seen more as what I want to be seen as. And I'm like, okay, this is a bad thing because think of the suffrage movement. Think of the civil rights movement. The answer was not to look like the people that are being treated better. It was to tell people, hey, you should treat me better, treat me the same as you treat everyone else, because I'm human too, because that's what you need to be doing. It's not about how we look, it's about what we do. So that's the problem with this program. So that's 10 minutes. I'll see you next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt. I'm going to continue on more of these videos. Get this stuff done.